Here are 5 red flags you need to watch out for in yourself. I know we constantly talk about red flags in relationships and friendships, but I think it's also good to do the work with it. So if you recognize any of these 5 red flags, we still have a lot of work to do within ourselves, and that's okay. Red flag number 1, if you're constantly self-deprecating and putting yourself down. If you constantly say to yourself, I'm so dumb, I'm so stupid, I can't believe it, sweetie, it's a hard one because I do it myself, but it's a red flag. Red flag number 2, if your self-worth is constantly dependent on what people think of you. You have to be able to stand on your 2 feet and be sure of who you are, regardless of what other people think of you. So if you only think, oh my God, I need to get that jacket because everyone else said that is no. There has to be a part of you that knows that I'm that girl and I'm staying that girl. If you'd rather ghost or avoid conflict by disappearing or self-sabotaging instead of just communicating, that's a red flag. It means there are boundary issues there, and it means that you are scared to face conflict. And trust me, nobody wants to fight, but if you are a person who's constantly running from a fight, not good either. Red flag number 4 is if you have really high expectations of yourself and are constantly hard on yourself. Now, I am as guilty as anyone with this, but you gotta chill out. We grew up in a society where there's so many expectations, like from birth, from our teachers, from our parents. Like we wanted to please, like the last person you need to do that to is yourself as well. Give yourself grace and allow yourself the chance to fail sometimes, and don't be too hard on yourself. Lastly, the final red flag is if you constantly try to manage and control other people's behaviors and feelings. Look, I get being a control freak and wanting to control, but you need to draw a circle of things you can control, and you draw a bigger circle of things you can't control. You can only control what you think, what you feel. You can try to communicate that with other people, but it is not your job, sweetie, to switch things or change people. Like, people are the only people who can do that. So do not allow yourself to be a person who constantly wants to change other people. Now, I'm not an expert, but I did do 2 years of therapy, and these are just things I picked up along the way.
Signs that you're the red flag. Number 1, you say things to make other people feel good even when it's not true. For example, I recently told a friend that I was concerned about their sobriety because of certain behaviors that they were exhibiting, and they were so fucking grateful they started going back to meetings. If a friend is acting out of character, instead of co-signing their BS, you want to call them forward so that they can improve. A true friend will tell you the truth in a loving, direct way. Number 2, your friends think you're very different online than you are in your day-to-day life. Now, I'm not saying that you need to get online and share your dirty secrets and tell everyone all the hard things going on in your life. I don't think that's authentic. But there are some people where there is such a tremendous gap in how they show up and who they really are that it's shocking. I've seen this happen with so many successful people, and what ends up happening is their empires crumble because it's not based off of something sustainable or true. The law of authenticity is real, y'all. Number 3, last but not least, you're trying so hard to be your best self, which means that everything looks picture perfect on the gram. When we lead with our ideal selves in business or in our personal lives, we end up attracting all the wrong people. So if you want to call in your 10 out of 10 partner and your dream clients, you have to be your true self. Perfectionism is boring as fuck, and you're unique as fuck. So aim for congruency. And comment below if you want to hear the signs that you're the walking green flag.
Here are 3 signs that you may be the red flag. Oftentimes when we first start dating somebody, we're making sure that they don't have any red flags, but it's important to check back on ourselves and make sure that we are not doing anything that is coming across as a red flag. Number 1 is if you find yourself spiraling and overreacting when they are not replying to your messages as fast, or if it's even taking them some time. You are even going out of your way to double message them, even ask them why they're not responding. If they're genuinely busy or something, then it's understandable that they're not responding to you. But if they are playing games with you or purposely not responding, then that is a red flag in itself. You want to make sure that you are not going to let this person get to you and make you overreact to it. Number 2 is trying to move things quickly, especially when you can feel that other person is just not there yet. It's just going to create even more resistance between you two. It's so much easier to just let things naturally unfold and see where things go. Number 3 is being overly obsessed with them. You are placing them on a pedestal. You are viewing them as if they are some sort of celebrity that is way better than you, and it's creating this resistance between you two. When you place people on a pedestal, they're going to take advantage of that because they can feel it. They know when you are obsessed with them, and then they are going to feel as if they are better than you, and then they're going to act as if they are better than you, and you don't want that.
5 signs you may be the red flag. Your whole life revolves around this man. You have no friends, no hobbies, no activities. Ladies, a way a man is gonna feel desire with you is if you actually have polarity. That means you have your own juicy life, your own friends, you travel, you solo date, you have so much going on, he has to keep up with you, because the truth is you want him chasing you, not the other way around. And then you put him on a pedestal and you don't value yourself and your self-worth. Ladies, I want you to remember that you are the prize. And if you don't put yourself in that position, he's gonna easily walk over you and you're gonna be chasing him throughout the rest of the relationship. You overanalyze all his behaviors. You assume because he doesn't say good morning, babe, or he doesn't text you the way he does, or he doesn't call you the way he does, that something's wrong. And we start to create all of these stories in our head. That's us being in our masculine, and we're more in our head than our body. So ask yourself next time, how do I feel, before you overreact? You overtext. He says hello and you send him 5 paragraphs. Or you call him and then he doesn't pick up your call and you keep calling him 1,000,000 times. Ladies, put the phone down and do some hot yoga. And you easily get jealous. You're jealous of any female friend he has, any family members he has. It never looks good to be jealousy, and it's a game you'll never win. For more feminine energy dating tips, follow me.
4 signs to know you're a red flag.
Mohan and Daniel are back to prove to you that you're toxic.
Disclaimer, we are not judging you. This is just a friendly reminder that these are all toxic traits that we all need to change. However, we are going to dig deep into these traits. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Number 1.
You're constantly dissing others, either by bringing up their past or something as simple as making fun of the way they dress or their appearance. But in reality, it's just to make yourself feel better because of your insecurities. Number 2.
When you apologize just to make the other person feel good, not because you actually understood what you did is wrong. So chances are you're probably going to do that same mistake again because you didn't find the problem the first time. Number 3.
You have difficulty taking on responsibility. Instead of admitting that you were wrong, you might say something like, I had no choice. It was the only option I had.
Blaming the whole world but yourself, just like him.
Number 4.
When you have lying habits, every time you feel a little pressure, you just automatically start lying. Problem is, these smaller lies will eventually get bigger. Put a stop to it as soon as you can.
Watch our latest video to see how to set boundaries.
Follow for more, and these are...
Here are 3 red flags to look out for in yourself to make sure you don't betray or neglect your own needs, from a licensed therapist and certified trauma professional. Make sure you listen to the last, it's just as important as the first. First, you make excuses for other people's behavior when they've wronged you and feel a deep sense of empathy for them, but don't turn that same compassion inward to reflect on what you need. Second, you're really critical of yourself, putting yourself down for past mistakes rather than forgiving yourself as you would a loved one in a similar situation. And third, you don't speak up about things that matter to you, whether from fear of conflict, rejection, or just because you don't believe your voice matters. This leads to long-term self-neglect because your needs never even get the chance to be met.